I found out my neighbor has a huge loquat tree, and he has so much fruits that he'll never be able to finish them. I also found that a lot of people don't know what to do with the fruit, so I decided to do a video. So after picking them, give them a little bit of a wash. That's how you create jam out of loquat. Um, Very simple setup. I got my washed fruits. I got my pot that I'm gonna cook them in. I got a basket for waste. Now, before you go too far with that, cut a lemon in two and give it a squeeze and add that to your loquat and your jam just to kind of help it preserve a little bit better and also solidify. It will prevent loquats from getting dark, but if you work fast enough, that shouldn't be a problem. So a full lemon, squeeze it, and just add it to your fruits. And now for the most time-consuming or labor-intense part is to prepare the loquats. You have to cut them, peel them, or skin them, and remove the seeds from inside. And you got to do it for all of them, and you that's pretty manual. So I'll show you how to do it the most efficient way, and you should do it. It'll probably take you about an hour for a person to do 2 pounds, and that's what it takes me. So that's how you do it. You just take the fruit, you cut it, but don't cut through it. Basically, just score it, open it, and then with your fingers, just take the seeds out and catch the skin of it and just roll it back. See, that's pretty quickly. And it does leave kind of a juice inside your fingernails that'll make them turn black. So just be prepared for that. Your fingers will look pretty bad the next day, and it's not going out very fast. So you may want to wear gloves if you really care about the color of your fingernails. So again, you just catch it, kind of roll it, push the seeds out, again, catch the skin and just roll it out. It should separate pretty quickly. See, even if it doesn't go perfect, that's fine. You take some time to train and you'll be done pretty soon. Once you have everything, what we need to do is to weigh them. I'm trying to aim at 2 pounds usually, but depends on how much patience I have to peel and deseed them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go by weight. So I'm gonna use a scale to weigh how much fruits I have, and you can see here that I have 828 grams. Let's call it 800 just to make it easy. What I'm going to do is add 50% of that in sugar. So I'm going to add 400 grams of sugar. So 800 plus 400, 1200 grams total. And the loquat is just a lot of water. So what we're going to do is cook it until all the water start going out. And that will reduce its weight quite a lot. So we don't need to go with too much sugar, just let the water evaporate. So you see here I'm about 1200 grams now, which is 1 to 1/2 ratio of fruit to sugar. What I'm going to do next is take a cooking pot and just put it on medium to low heat and just throw everything in there. Nothing else. It's just loquats, 1 lemon, and sugar. And I'm just going to wash this bowl to get the sugars out. I'm just going to add some water and just pour all these sugars out so not to waste anything. And just let it cook. Now you want to cover it in the first 10 minutes so it will start boiling and not take forever to get to temperature. And you also don't want that sugar to burn, so don't put it on too high of a heat. This will start bubbling after 10 minutes and you should mix it. Don't let the sugar burn again. If you put it on too high of a heat and you don't mix it, the sugar will burn. So the lowest temperature you cook it on, the better it'll be as far as how much attention it needs. So if you use the lowest temperature, you will not have to mix it but it'll take over 2 hours. If you put it medium low heat, it will be a little faster, but you do need to give it a mix from time to time just to make sure it's not going to start separating and the sugars start completely burning because that will just destroy everything and make it bitter. So you can see it's bubbling there. It's starting to evaporate. You can see the water evaporating out of it. I'm just going to let it sit there. It's been half an hour since I started at this point, and I'm going to leave it for a half an hour more to just let it cook. First thing, it breaks down the fruit and make it nice and delicious, and it also evaporates the water and make it thicker. The thicker you want it, obviously, the more you need to cook it. I like it in a kind of a honey consistency, so I don't go too crazy. And that's why I also keep the temperature low. And you can see it's getting there. It's starting to be ready. And as I said, it's probably have been total of an hour, the whole cooking since I started it, and on pretty low heat. And you can see this is how it looks like when it's ready. It has a nice brown color to it. The camera doesn't always catch the color correctly, but it becomes from yellow to a little brownish color, and that's how you know that it's ready to be moved. I use a glass container. You can put it in jars, you can put in anything, but the important thing is to move it from the pot when it's still hot. Now, be careful. This is melted sugar. This is really hot. You don't want this thing on you. So be pretty careful when you move it, but transfer it when it's still hot because if not, you're going to have a sticky mess that will take you forever to move it. And you'll probably lose half of it just staying inside the pot. So you can see it's pretty liquidy now. It will solidify more after it cools down. And again, just transfer it while it's hot. And make sure you also wash your pot before it gets cool because if not, you're gonna be spending a lot of time getting rid of that sugar syrup that was created. And that's how it looks when it's ready. You see, nice consistency of honey, pretty smooth and delicious. So you can keep it in the refrigerator. In this condition, you probably want to keep it refrigerated. If you put more sugar or cook it longer, you can probably keep it outside because it'll have enough sugar content to keep it safe. Good luck and thanks to my neighbor that supplied the loquats.